So we're going into Module 3. Module 3, I promise you, is a job search strategy technique that you've never seen before. It's important to recognize that most people that look for jobs look for them on job boards like Indeed, Monster, and those sorts of job boards. But 70 to 80% of jobs aren't posted anywhere but company websites. So wouldn't it be smart and strategic to look for jobs through company websites? Let's take a look at this strategy. So what we're going to do is going to Paradise Valley Community College website, and we're going to, again, go to Career Services and Career Research. And we go to Career Research, what we're going to do now is click on Business Finder. And this is Business Finder. We're going to start a new search. Now, Business Finder is designed to help you look for companies through industries. So the first thing you can do is you can look at the list of industries by clicking on the list of industries. And when you see the list of industries, what you can do is you can look at an industry in which you might be interested in and look for companies in that industry. So let's take a look at retail trade. Because there's motor vehicle parts, there's furniture, there's electronics. Let's say I want to work in electronics. So I click on electronics and appliance stores. I'll click on electronics and appliance stores. And I'll click on Phoenix. And we'll hit search. Well, what do we come up with? Well, what we do is we come up with a list of electronic stores, computers, electronic stores. And what you can see on the left-hand side, see where it says computer and equipment dealers, electronic equipment and supplies, audiovisual equipment dealers, appliance household major dealers. And you can click on any one of these. The number next to them is there's 215 computer and equipment dealers. There's 127 electronic equipment and supplies retail. There's audiovisual equipment dealers. And so you can look at more by looking at a list of all sorts of retail outlets. But we looked at computers and electronics. So let's say we click on computer and electronic dealers. What we'll do now is we'll only come up, if you look at the description, you'll see, we'll only come up with equipment, computer equipment and equipment dealers. And this is the list, and you'll recognize some of these, right? And what I tell job seekers to do is, you see where it says employees here? You can restructure this list by going to the larger companies. So with 100 or 500 more or less employees, and you can go to this computer and equipment dealer and click on it. And it tells you a little bit about this particular company. And what you can do is call a company or go to their website and find jobs. Right? This one doesn't have a website listed. So let's go back to results and see if we can find one that has a website. Here's one with a website. It tells you what they do, where they are in Tempe, and we can go to their website. And it tells you about the company. Now, most websites have careers. You see where I went down here and click on careers? This is where the jobs are. So we'll search all jobs. And look at how big of company this is and where all the jobs are. So let's do Phoenix, Arizona. And let's hit search. And all of a sudden you see 28 job listings. And I can guarantee you these 28 job listings, many of them are not listed on Indeed or Monster or any of those other jobs. These jobs are real jobs because companies won't post them on a website if they're not real. They don't want people calling for something that doesn't exist. So these are real jobs at a company that you found through the Business Finder that probably aren't posted anywhere else. Okay, so that's how it works. Let's see if we can do another search. So we're doing it through industry. So we'll look at industries again. Let's say I'm a psychology major and I just graduated or I want to do an internship. And you look at and you say, I don't want to work in construction and manufacturing. I don't want to work in information, finance, real estate. Let's go down and we see educational services. I can work in educational services, or I can work with healthcare and social assistance. Let's see. Who do I want to work for or work with? Well, in social assistance, when you look at social assistance, you see I can work with individual and family services. I can work in emergency and other relief services. I can work in vocational rehabilitation services. I can work in child daycare centers. So let me just click on social assistance and put in Phoenix. And let's take a look what we come up with. Okay, so we're in social assistance. Remember where there's child care services, counselors, marriage and family counselors, schools, nursing and kindergarten, social services, welfare organizations. There's so many areas in which somebody with a psychology degree could either do an internship or a full-time job. So let's take a look at counselors. 316 companies would hire counselors. So these are counselors, and you can call them and see if they would accept you as an intern or if they're expanding their business, look for counselors. Let's undo and let's take a look at something else. Let's take a look at family, marriage, and family counselors. That's 301. Social services welfare organizations. Let's take a look at that. Let's go to social services and welfare organizations. So you'll see that under description, we've narrowed it down to all social service and welfare organizations. And what did we want to do? We want to look for their larger employers. So we click on employees. And we get the bigger organizations. So here's one in victim compensation. It's got 500 employees. Let's take a look and see what it says. Maricopa Attorney's Office. It's a public administration office. So we'll go back to results. There could be jobs there, of course. Southwest Key Programming Incorporated. It's an individual and family services. Let's take a look and see what they do. And here it is. And you see where careers are? You hit careers. And you'll see jobs at Southwest Career Programs. All sorts of information. Search the database for open positions and hit search. And here's all sorts of jobs in Arizona. Lead medical coordinator, shift leader, a youth care worker, 2 youth care workers, head cook, assistant lead case manager, all sorts of jobs that would relate to somebody with a psychology degree. And again, what are we looking at? We're looking at jobs at a company's website that probably aren't posted anywhere else on job boards. So all we would do is go into the job and learn about it and then apply for this job online. You want to do one more? Let's see if we can do one more. All right, so we're in Business Finder. We're going to go back to results. And we're going to do a new search. Well, so list of industries is a great way to go. We know retail has a lot of opportunities. We can go into retail, as I mentioned to you earlier. We can go into finance and insurance. We can go into real estate. Say you want to be a property manager. You can go to real estate, activities related to real estate, offices of real estate agents and brokers, real estate leasing, consumer goods, all sorts of things you can find companies on. So let's click on real estate and let's go to Phoenix. Okay, so we see real estate. There's over 3,000 companies, apartments, real estate management. So if you want to be a property manager, real estate management is a really good place to begin. So let's say we're looking at property management. We click on real estate management, which has 595 businesses. And then what do? We again do the larger employers. We don't have to, but obviously they'll have more jobs than the smaller employers. And these are property managers, real estate management, FirstService residential management. We click on it. We click on their website. And you see where it says careers. We click on careers. And all of these jobs they have in the organization. So you would call them and apply for any one of these jobs related to property management. And there's property management there. And give them a call and find out where their jobs are. Some list the jobs, some just actually post actual jobs. So there's a different style for each company when they do this. Here's FirstService Corporation, American Pool Enterprises. These are the companies they own. And that's in Toronto. That's not going to help us if we're looking in Phoenix, Arizona. And this one doesn't help us search regionally, it looks like. You search by companies, not regionally. So this isn't the best search, but you may be able to find something in Arizona here. Okay, Business Finder. Let's think about another way to use Business Finder. Let's say we want to type in a keyword. We talked about property management. Let's talk about property, real estate, community associations management. So property, real estate. So we put property, real estate, Phoenix, and we come up with a list. See real estate, and there's real estate management again. Okay, real estate buyers and brokers, office of real estate agents. If you want to be a salesperson in real estate, again, this is the best way to search for jobs. Let's try something else. Okay, let's talk about marketing. So when we type in marketing, let's try that again. Marketing managers. There's marketing managers. That's market research analysts, marketing specialists. Let's click on market research analysts and marketing specialists. So we can type in a keyword of an interest area. We do Phoenix. And we hit search. What this is doing now is behind the scenes, it's looking for companies that hire marketing research analysts and marketing specialists. So on the left-hand side, business consultant, management consultants hire marketing people, consultants hire marketing people, marketing programs and services obviously hires marketing people. So that's advertising and public relations down here hires marketing people. Let's do advertising public relations. So we come up with our list, and obviously we're looking at advertising advertising, public relations, advertising. And again, we look at the larger employers. And here are the larger employers that hire marketing advertising. So what we'll do is we'll click on this, see what they do. Marketing strategies, marketing analysis, analytics, print advertising, all sorts of marketing advertising goes on in this company. You think they'll be advertising or looking for marketing specialists? I really think so. Let's take a look at careers. And again, most company websites have careers, and you look at current openings. Let's just search jobs without putting a filter in. And look at the jobs they have. Sales executive, director of sales, logistics, and some other types of jobs that you would never find out if you haven't done this kind of search through Business Finder. So the National Sales Development Executive is a marketing position, and they have a sales executive for grocery. So there's a number of positions you can look at and find out that you could never find out through job boards. So this is Business Finder. Play around with keywords or do your search through industries and find any company in any industry and look at their job boards through their websites. Let's look at accommodations. Accommodations, a lot of hotels in the area, rooming and boarding houses, traveler accommodations. If we had traveler accommodations, we type in Phoenix. And what you're going to do is, again, look for the bigger employers, and you will recognize some of the companies. JW Marriott, we'll click on it, look at their website. Let's see if they have a career page. We usually go down to the bottom where the career pages are. There's careers right here. Click on it. This page is not working. So you would go back to it. They're probably building it, but it would have jobs and listings for careers at the Marriott. Let's try it one more time. Okay. Sometimes you run into trouble with this process, and then you could call them for jobs, but you would go into the Marriott. So sometimes just going to Google and Marriott and doing a job search that way as well. So this is Business Finder. This is the way you use Business Finder. It's unique. It searches for jobs that aren't posted on job boards, which means that a lot of people won't see them, and you have a better chance to get that internship in that job.